Hey everyone, it is Clint broadcasting from some undisclosed location. Anyway, and you can actually see how bald I am today. This changes, by the way, every day. Uh, anyway, I think it's funny. I took my hat off once for a stream, and someone was like, "You're bald?" Basically, yeah. Anyway, so I wanted to make a video now because I didn't make one last night, and I didn't make one the day before, and that is our comics punk, and I think it's kind of funny when you hear people like really get passionate about the word punk because it's cool. Like you're the underground cool guy. You're anti-authoritarian, you know. Um, but punk has a downside too, and so I don't think that it's something that embracing is necessarily a good idea, especially not um, if you hope to actually do something, if you have goals, okay? Because punk is inherently anti-goal. I mean, it's creativity only. I remember back in like what the year 1999 or 2000 when I was interested in skateboarding, and my friends were skaters, and I hadn't started yet. So because I hadn't started, I was no good, and they would call me a poser. And it was really stupid and silly, and it's something that kids do. But when you think about it, that is actually a punk mindset that shows up, which is don't be too successful. Like first you have to follow our way of doing things. If you don't, you're not punk. You're a poser. And that is you see that in comic books absolutely. In you've heard mainstream pros just last week saying such things. If you want to be punk, you gotta then follow all my things. So I get the title of punk. I'm cool. Um, so then from there, uh, you also have this enforced system of failure. You have a ceiling that is the best you can do. Punk is a great example, and I watched a couple of videos from the Punk Rock MBA where he talked about why punk was its own worst enemy because you were a sellout if you became too successful. Do you see this in comics? Yes. So, it is being punk a good thing then? I think being against authority is good, but being punk is not like the ultimate place to be. It's actually not. It's counter to what I want to do in comics. So every once in a while, I'll hear little things like this, and I'm probably a little bit more sensitive to um, like talking points that can kind of come from that mindset of you cannot be successful. You have to stop right here where you're at. You can only do things this prescribed way. Because I don't know, I just pay attention to that kind of stuff. I think that is the opposite of success. So yeah, so when people say things like, uh, "Oh, you just think the grass is greener on the other side," or you're always looking somewhere else. I heard it last night, and I think it was totally innocent, and nothing wrong with that. But when you start hearing a narrative like that go around, it's not a positive thing. Like, why on earth would you choose less success, less readers in favor of dogma? Why would you do that? That is because there are, for some reason in comics, there's this idea that you have to be, things have to be done one way because that's punk. That's like the punk rocker way to do things. I thought it was, I like the bootstrap mentality of punk. Like, I'm gonna do this myself, music, no gatekeepers, do it myself. I like that aspect. What I don't like is the inevitable, um, social rules and restrictions. That I don't like that, and it's kind of funny to me that um, that so many comic book creators idealize uh, that punk culture when when it is counterintuitive to growing a business. Anyway, so are comics punk? Yeah, they are, but not in a good way. Not always. Um, so, having said that, I think there are a lot of positive things this year to look forward to, and I'm going to spend more time not thinking about and pushing back against how you should do things, the way that things should work, because I don't think that comics has reached its final form. I don't think that crowdfunding has reached its final form. I think that we're still in an upset industry and that there is room to grow. So, for what it's worth, if you can think of other ways that the comic book industry is restrictive on growth and success, let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video.